What's up, guys? Got a new format to the show tonight. I'm Connor Ferguson here with Eric Bridger. New episode of the Always Race Day podcast here. Before we get into everything we're going to talk about tonight, from Logan Schuchart and David Gravels running at Volusia. We'll talk about that. We'll get Spencer Bayston winning night one of the season. Though it was a non-points race. I feel strongly about that. I'm not sure Eric does. We'll see. And then we're going to talk about Kaleb Johnson. He's on everybody's mind, especially this week. We're going to have that news and talk about that as we go into that interview, and we'll cover everything. And just remember to leave your comments or questions in any of the comments, whether you're watching on YouTube, X, or Facebook, and we'll answer them throughout the show. So appreciate you all tuning in. I did the before we get started, and then I had another before we get started. So presented today by Chris Weiser and the Weiser companies. They hopped on board during the Knoxville Nationals, made our biggest 10 days of the year just a little bit bigger. And I'm thrilled because every time I say that, those biggest 10 days of the year inch closer and closer and closer. And I'm not sure where the countdown lies right now, or when Chris Weiser's ad comes off the screen. But I'm damn excited to get into this sprint car season and everything in between. Eric, how are you?
I'm doing good, Connor. It was good to see some sprint car racing with Outlaws, and this week's got the USAC. I didn't get catch last night's, but and then plus we got some NASCAR starting too. So the racing season is getting close to being almost in full effect.
Yeah, we got Daytona 500 pole qualifying tomorrow. It's wild. Yep. We're gonna have a show tomorrow night. We're gonna preview the NASCAR season for the asphalt show. I haven't talked to the guys yet about doing a show after the duels. I guess we'll kind of just play it by ear and see. Because I'd also like, if the duels are like rudimentary, I'd like to do a show after the Truck Series race with how loaded of a field that is. But as you mentioned tonight, USAC and the dirt car late models racing at Volusia, and the World of Outlaws takes over tomorrow for those races, right? For late models.
It would be probably Lucas Oil
at Volusia.
Not at Volusia, but
two different things here.
I thought they already came down to Volusia.
They did. Thursday. Thursday is the Outlaws season. Well, not season opener. Dirt Car Nationals opener at Volusia. Yeah, a couple years ago they transitioned into going to Volusia at the end of January after the Wild West, and then sending the teams home, coming back for Dirt Car Nationals. So Bobby Pierce told me that was the best time to do a podcast because he was the least busy, if you can believe that. So
yeah, he's probably busy on winterizing his truck now.
Yeah, shoot, it's that's what we were going into. Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog. We've been talking about him on the radio. He sucks. What do you think of him?
Well, granted, it was 60 degrees yesterday, and it's going to be in the upper 40s, low 50s for the rest of the week. I think he's lying because it's definitely feeling like a little bit like spring here and there.
He's only picked early summer 21 times in the last 100 and something years.
Well, he's big enough. I would assume he'd probably see his shadow.
Nice. It's also backwards.
It is backwards.
Like if he sees his shadow, that means the sun's out.
Yes.
I've never gotten that before. That's a sign that it's going to be the opposite the next 59 days. That's not 59. It's 6 weeks. That's 41.
Well, it's crazy to me of how many people get up probably at or don't sleep the whole night just to see it in the early dawn of the morning.
I'm with you. All right.
It's like Knoxville Nationals without Dingus or Trend 4.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Did you ever watch Viva La Bam?
Mm-hmm.
It's a blast from the past. No, not once.
Isn't that MTV?
Yeah, it was MTV. Yeah. I'm 80% sure most of the characters, and I call them characters, they were just kids with big TV show budget money. I'm pretty sure they were just doing drugs the entire show. And they went up to the Punxsutawney Phil Groundhog Day festival and got pretty rowdy. And I think I went back and watched it, and I was like, oh, they were kind of being dickheads. Probably not a great show for me to watch when I was 11 years old, but I don't know. Maybe it explains some things. All right, new segment. We're gonna call it post race inspection. And now Caleb's nope. We're still figuring out the order of buttons and how to go about that. But this is where we're going to recap all the races and just keep it in sections of the show, just so it flows better, obviously. And then, if we want sponsors or anyone, we have segments already set up and we can just change them and make tweaks to them and change names and stuff like that. So, Caleb, is there any way to show the people without playing any of the videos, like the background? Can you still hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Well, Caleb made the mistake of giving me a tech shed, and I'm going to be my own little tech shed Ricky character. And Eric, you don't know where this is from. I don't remember. Caleb, can I get a celebrity guest appearance so people know who our producer is that's doing the cool stuff on the show? He's got to fix his hair. He was not ready for this. I can see he's so frustrated that I've called on him 4 times in 60 seconds somehow.
Yeah, not only that, but I don't even have my camera on, so that was something. Nor do I have a good background.
Who's Tech Shed Ricky that I make fun of because he takes so long with post race inspection, and I say that if he wants to be the star of the show, he should go to Hollywood and not be a ref.
Well, first off,
I'm speaking in generalities.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I mean, I love Ricky Brooks, so I don't know why you have a problem with
Ricky
him.
Brooks. There we go. I don't have a problem with him.
Whatever the mom gets, the baby gets.
Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not criticizing Ricky. I'm fully supportive of his Hollywood dream.
There you go.
I just don't think inspection should take hours upon end to where fans aren't at the track and the results change. But I also agree, in fairness, there's 2 sides to that story. So, but everybody, this is Caleb. If you watch the Asphalt Show on Wednesday nights, he's a big part of that, and he's doing producing stuff for us now and making it look cool. And I didn't know how to do any of this stuff, so I'm excited for you guys to see what we got coming in the rest of the segment. So. Without further, Caleb, do you have? Okay, no, he's good. He didn't have anything to say. I guarantee he's gonna be like, "What was that, man? Come on." But that's Caleb. He is super hardworking, and could not be more happy to be working with him here at Always Race Day. So really excited about that, and everything else we've got cooking, and there is plenty more. I sent Eric a whole rundown this week, so that's okay. What an opening night to the 2026 racing season. That was electric. We had Spencer Bayston winning the show, getting his first win in, I think, 2 seasons. Was it 2 or 3? 3 seasons, because it was 2023, I think.
Sure.
I did not write down the time between his last one. It was either 2 seasons or 3. He gave an emotional interview afterwards. It was fantastic. David Gravel is back playing the villain role a little bit. He gets into it with Logan Schuchart. Gravel. We'll get into what was said in the replay and everything in a little bit here. And then Donnie Schatz can't qualify right now. Started 21st, and 19th. But passed 16, 15, and 9 cars in the 3 feature races through the weekend. We're going to talk about all that. Where do you want to start, Eric? I'll leave it open to you. As long as we don't got order of events here from Caleb, I think we're good.
When you talk about Gravel and Schuchart, I mean, that was kind of interesting. Gravel at first was saying he didn't want to speculate or comment on it without seeing a replay. And convenient enough, Vision stuck a camera in his face, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that was totally his fault." But
I'm gonna stop you, Eric. I'm gonna stop you. Let's stick a camera in Eric's face and show him the replay. Look at this. So, okay. I was under the impression we had sound. I did not realize we didn't have sound, but there it is. Can we play it again, Caleb? I think it's a loop. So gravel comes up. Oh, here we go. The sound doesn't have real sound either. Okay. Keep the sound off next time.
On the front stretch.
Oh, there it is.
We'll take a look at the Dirt Vision replay.
As smooth as it goes at Always Race Day.
yeah.
We'll just pick it next time. Let us know in the comments if you guys want us to just say what's happening, or if you guys want us to play the audio. Because the audio, sometimes you're getting a spot where Johnny's just looking and trying to identify what happens the same as we are. So we'll at least be able to watch it a couple of times before we go on. But so gravel wasn't gonna take a side or anything, and then it just wasn't going to take a side until he saw the replay of the wreck. And I want to say big credit to Dirt Vision for getting the camera out right to him right away. And he goes, quote, "Oh, yeah, he just literally turned me into the fence. Yeah, no, that's all on him." And, man, like, you could go look at the comments on there. Go look at the comments on the tweet Logan Schuchart left after that. Caleb, if you want to pull that up, can I? Yeah, there we go. It says, "I'm sorry they tore a car up, but I'd have to disagree. I had a big run, and he changed lanes on the straight after running the bottom multiple laps in a row. I tried to run down under him and caught the bumper, but braking for the lane change wasn't an option." Where are you on whose fault that was, Eric? Do you want to take a side?
I would say gravel, because he's chopping off and knows that the car that was already there. I mean, yeah, Schuchart could have braked, and maybe he did brake. I don't know, but or let off the gas a little bit. But I mean, you have a race car that's holding its line. You have a race car that's not holding its line. So I mean, that's kind of pretty much explanatory right there.
Yeah. So gravel comes out of this, and like him or love him, he's. Like him or love him, my goodness, I'm going to get there at some point, one of these Tuesday night shows. Like him or hate him, he's commanding attention, and he's still doing it under the guise of, I say guise, it's not really, but under the guise of this is just what I think, I'm just going to tell it like it is. I just think it's awesome. Keep being the biggest troll, keep being a villain like this. I'm telling him to go, keep doing this, but he's going to stay insistent that this is just, he sees it how he sees it. So I think villains are good for racing, and I think David Gravel's becoming one. And he's also uber talented, so that helps a lot too in that area. Go to Spencer Bayston winning. He wins night one. What are we doing for the over-under situation? I was more very concerned with this. We picked our over-unders. I picked him over 1.5 wins. It's a non-points race.
In the points of World Outlaws, it shows him as a win, so it's a win in my book.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Eric. That sportsman-like thing to do.
Welcome.
Maybe it's good karma for Illini basketball. I'm making Eric miss the game right now. He's not too thrilled about it. How big was that weekend for Spencer Bayston, and for them they get the win in night one. I know it was show up points only. That translates to momentum a little bit in my book. Qualified 22nd in the A on Friday night, or started 22nd, I should say. Ran up to P10, and then started 25th and finished 14th on Saturday. So passing 12 cars and then 11 in back-to-back days. A lot of speed. at the very least, and you want better finishes than that. But all in all, a really good week for that group.
Yeah, I mean, if you're with a new team, and there's a lot of guys with new teams this weekend, I mean, you want to kind of outpace or overperform over everybody else. And I feel like there were, if not one of the top three teams that did definitely overperform and get a win, obviously, this weekend too. So, I mean, that's a huge confidence booster for both sides. And, hopefully they can carry the momentum into, next month, I guess you want to say, when they return back for bike week.
Yeah, absolutely. USAC, Brady Bacon took home the win yesterday over – hold on. Logan Seavey won that race, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Logan Seavey won yesterday. I was starting to write down Brady Bacon. I didn't finish the rundown. That's why we tripped up there. Apologies, everybody. Anyway, Logan Seavey, great win to start the year on the non-wing sprint car side. It was a battle, him and Bacon the entire race. I think it went 30 laps, green flag. Might have been one caution in there. But, yeah, it's pretty obvious those two guys are at the top of their game, at the top of that sport right now. And to have the season opener come down to those two is pretty fitting. Justin Grant was kind of in the mix a little bit further back. And obviously there's tons of names over there. KTJ, Briggs Danner, Jake Swanson, all the way down the list. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'm going to try to throw an update in because we're going to get to Caleb Johnson here soon. So you guys will know the results when we know the results at least at the end of this show. Maybe we'll talk about it a little. We'll see what happens. Late model side, Brandon Overton and Cody Overton go 1-2. Devin Moran goes P3 last night. Caleb has 2 comments before we leave Volusia. Ready to see the high limit boys now, says Frank Meyer. Yep. They start, I think, my birthday weekend in March. I think it's March 12th through 14th. So the Outlaws still have one more before this. Bobby Pierce is racing at Volusia tonight. It's dirt car sanctioning for the first 3 nights. Then Thursday is World of Outlaws. And like Mark said, no Lucas at Volusia. I figured that was the case. Eric's here throwing me off just because I made him do one episode during a Illini basketball game. They're going to win by 15.
I don't know about that. Well, you did skip over Donnie Shots, so I guess that's irrelevant to you.
Yep. No, you're exactly right. I had it in the rundown, though. That's good for me. Man, I've been working for hours and hours. Donnie Shots, very slow in time trials. I shouldn't even say very, but P21, P21, P19, that was the starting spots. He finished 5th, 6th, and 10th, 3 top 10s. Pretty remarkable, a lot of speed. They've got to figure out how to get it faster out of the box. But what do you think of his debut weekend with CJB Motorsports?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of vintage Donnie Shots, I guess you want to say. I mean, not vintage in the qualifying bad, but for a guy that is, the hardest charger, if not close to being the hardest charger of the night in the future. He definitely shows some speed, and I think that was something they wanted to see over the weekend. And I think they're not fully ready to hit the road yet, so they just wanted to hopefully show some speed, which they did over the weekend, and take the next 2 or 3 weeks to prepare and hopefully be ready for the Outlaw State.
All right. We're going to throw it now to Pit Road Pulse. Basically just – didn't give me the segment definitions here, but look, it lights up. That's pretty cool. Now Eric's not even here, which is even better.
Kicked off from back.
Yeah. I was excited there for a second.
I was going to be able to leave early tonight.
So we're going to bring in a former driver of this team, but Team DGRD appears to be to no longer be a group after they're being sued for a $5.1 million for $5.1 million in an embezzlement case. All the team's social media accounts appear to be deactivated.
So is Dennis's
Eric, obviously, no. What's that?
And so is Dennis's accounts too, it appears.
Yes, Dennis Gainey, who's the head of the team there. that was the main part of that team. His accounts have been deleted also. Eric, do you have any thoughts on this before we get into Kaleb?
I mean, it was surprising to see. And that's been happening for so long, but I mean, there's obviously been fraud in the world today and in the past as well too. So I mean, it's I think this might be the first time I've seen someone. Well, I won't say it'd be the first time I've seen someone, but it's definitely a large amount of money to embezzle. Not saying all $5.2 million went to the sprint car team, but yeah, I mean, I'm guessing the majority of it went to it, but I don't think we'll know until actual detailed items get itemized from what was purchased and what was not.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, let's bring in our guest. I don't think we have a different name for. I've been trying to pay attention. Caleb's put a lot of things on my plate here. Other Kaleb, how are you,
Right.
Kaleb?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
All pretty good.
Doing fantastic. So if you guys don't know, now joined by the 2024 Houston Speedway, track champion, as well as the 2017 Jackson Motorplex 305 champion, which I was shocked at learning. Did not know what vehicle you were in because I read it. It was like on a line under my race pass, and I looked for like 30 minutes trying to find where it said 305s. And it was on the same page I clicked on the first time, just up a bit.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, but still something cool to look back on for sure.
So obviously, bit of a kind of surprising exit from DGRD, and it's not easy at all for you, especially with the timing. But how have you been able to weather it, and what have you been doing since announcing that you'd be parting ways with DGRD in preparation for this season?
Yeah, anytime you have to break news like that, it's never fun just because people always have questions and you got to answer to a lot of questions and things like that. But luckily for me, I've got a great support system here with my family, my friends, my sponsors, so many great people that I've been in contact with over the last couple of weeks that have reached out to support me. And then with my girlfriend here at home, couldn't ask for a better support system. So I've been lucky. It's been a weird couple of weeks. My girlfriend and I, we just kind of seems weird after you quit your job, but we just took a little vacation in Miami this last weekend just to kind of get away and spend some time away and just kind of try and focus on something else for a couple of days. So as of right now, still kind of looking to see what's out there, but at the same time, like you said before, the timing of it couldn't have been worse. You guys know how it is. Everybody has everything figured out by now. So the timing couldn't have been worse, but yeah, as of right now, I've kind of started buying some things back for myself just to get my own team kind of started, or at least tried to anyways, and see where it goes. So you never know what could happen, but yeah, you got to start somewhere. So
I'm going to toss it to Eric in a sec. He asked the harder questions for me, but what was the best thing you saw or did in Miami?
So, I mean, I think just hanging out, relaxing, just sitting by the beach. Anybody that knows me, I can't sit still and I hate relaxing, but it was actually kind of nice just to get away and enjoy some sun. And my dad and a bunch of people I knew were at the races in Volusia, and it was like 60 degrees there, and we were enjoying the 78-degree weather. So that was probably the best part for sure.
Kaleb, have you been working the phones a little bit, either trying to find something to drive this year, or has it been more just a focus on getting your own stuff up, back it up and running again?
That's a good question. It's actually been a little bit of both. I about a year ago, last year, I quit my job to race for a living. So I understand that racing for yourself makes racing for a living very hard. Just everybody knows how expensive stuff is. So luckily for me, I got a lot of great people behind me that have supported me throughout the years, and kind of want to see me kind of venture out and start my own deal just to see what would happen. So I've been talking to a lot of people, a lot of sponsors, been in contact with some car owners. It's just a matter of getting things worked out and lined up and figured out. So
Kaleb, you said you quit your job to race full time. What are you doing for work?
I was at Construction Products and Consultants here in Sioux Falls. I worked inside sales for 5 years. So they are still one of, even after I quit, they still wanted to help out the race team and help me out. So it's cool like to have people like that in your corner, even though you pretty much quit them to go chase your dream, they still want to support you. So got to give a shout out to Construction Products and Consultants. So
growing up, Caleb, you and I used to race go-karts, micro sprints together and all that too. Growing up in the Midwest, do you think you had an advantage where you're at to race, either it was at Jackson, Huset's, or Knoxville and other places around the Midwest, or do you think you would rather be kind of based somewhere else and growing up and racing?
No, I think most people don't know Eric. We grew up racing go-karts together, had a lot of respect for each other, and
Sure.
You're the one of the people I enjoyed racing with because we could race hard, but we could race clean at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were fortunate, like where we grew up, there was a lot of go-kart racing at the time when we were younger. At the time, there was a lot of micro sprint racing. It just stepping stones for young kids like us to kind of progress through the ranks. You kind of see that now, like out in California and Pennsylvania. I think when we were younger, I think we kind of had a lot more going on in the Midwest where we were more fortunate. So I think it kind of helped kids our age kind of propel and move up the ranks a little bit quicker because we had all those stepping stones and racetracks and we could get all the experience. So you're definitely seeing it a lot now with younger kids. They're starting racing at 5 years old, and they get in a sprint car at like 14 or 16. That's unheard of. It's just crazy, and they're competitive too. So
yeah, it was crazy. We were racing micros that age, and you got kids racing 410 sprint cars at the age. It's definitely a different time in the world.
It is, but you just got to adapt with it and roll with it. So
for sure.
Caleb, what was the most mad you ever got at Eric?
I don't think I ever got mad at him, to be honest with you.
So, yeah.
We raced junior ones and junior twos throughout the years, and he was the one person that I could not get mad at. And I'm not saying that because he's sitting right in the middle of this podcast. I actually enjoyed racing against him, and I think probably the only time he made me mad was when he beat me because we're all competitive. We want to beat each other, but we were friends at the same time. So
you want to win. Yeah, I remember we used to draft all the time, like at Brookings or stuff like that. That was always a fun time because you definitely had to find someone you can work with and trust. And I agree too. It was just always a great time to just work together and try to win a race and beat someone that always wins all the time.
Yeah, I remember when we raced at Wavelink or Waverly, Nebraska.
Waverly, Nebraska, yeah.
Yeah, we had some good battles there. It was like the MTS days or something. It was way back then, but that was fun. It was competitive. A lot of go-karts, a lot of good racers back then. So
yeah, if you look back now, the guys that are racing go-karts, either someone has probably raced a sprint car or a late model or like an IMCA thing. Growing up, you had like 10 or 15 or 20 people that probably did something in some type of form of racing, in the next step. So that was kind of wild to see and kind of cool to see because it's just kind of cool to be part of growing up with that group of ages or drivers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eric, you can take the next question if you want. I got an eyelash in my eye. I'm working on it. I'm sure this is entertaining for people watching.
Yeah, probably right on the spot. Yeah. So Caleb, if you end up doing your own kind of thing, are you kind of looking at doing a 360 or a 410?
I still have two 410s for myself. So if we did that, it'd probably be obviously a 410 deal. Kind of looking at like a Jackson, Knoxville, Huset's type thing, just around here where it's where most of my sponsors are as well. So it kind of gives them the most bang for their buck, and they get to see me race. So
when you have because national teams talk about how many motors they have, and it can reach 6, 7, 8, 9. That was not supposed to be a 6-7 reference, but can 2 engines, are you comfortable with that going through a year? Or is it a little bit risky where it's like you got to kind of watch and make sure that, you don't obliterate one of them with how long it takes in some of these cases to get the engines back?
Yeah, I don't think, the only real way to say is you can't feel comfortable with 2. I've been trying to get my hands on another one, but that's just, it's tough in today's world. So I think it's doable. It's just going to be tough, and you gotta time things out perfectly, and we'll see how it goes. To back that up, sorry, I think that's part of the reason kind of why I'm still, just calling people and looking for rides, just because I understand how hard it is to run a full season on 2 engines. So if I can get something else lined up, that obviously takes a lot off my shoulders as well. So
what's been the hardest thing? So I'm sorry, Eric. I'm just trying to build off that question.
You're good.
With finding an engine, calling the teams and just seeing if there's a seat available, if there's a seat that might become available, and everything else built in. What's been the hardest thing to overcome for you with where this happened and how close to the season it's happened?
Yeah, I think the toughest thing has just been like the uncertainty or the unknowns just with every day. I guess before you're just so used to, you kind of have a routine, even though you're racing is your job. You kind of build up a routine over time of what you should be doing, and I think that was the toughest thing, is just trying to figure things out day by day and to process them and try and figure out what's best for me. So just trying to adapt to all that and figure out what's best for myself and my family moving forward.
Last year when you were still driving for Dennis, did a lot more traveling than you probably ever did in your whole racing career, going out east or west or south, wherever to be. Tell me about how that experience went. Do you think it was a good time? Do you think it were some struggles, or do you think overall it was just nice to get your feet wet?
Oh yeah, I think it benefited me by far. Even though, I mean, if you look at the results portion of it when we went out east, it was a straight up ass kicking. Like there's nothing else that would describe it really. But at the same time, for me, it was good to experience those tracks and just get laps, even though you're running in the back of a B or the front of a C main. It's still good to get the seat time, and that way, if say someday I do go back and it is in a different car, I mean, I still have that experience to look back on and try and be better. So, there was a lot of things learned just traveling out to new tracks, and that's been something that I've enjoyed. Even when I was racing go-karts, micros, and sprint cars, is I just love going to different tracks and just experiencing different things and different challenges. So.
Kaleb, along those same lines, obviously it's the other side of the bridge where you win a track championship at Huset's in 2024, and what Huset's has become on Sunday nights, how many talented racers go up there, and what you were able to do to get that track championship. How did that help you in your career in confidence-wise and momentum-wise? I know momentum's kind of year by year it changes, but how much did that help you out?
Yeah, even though it was weird, we didn't even win a race, and I mean we were very consistent, but we didn't win a race, and we still won the championship by quite a bit. But I think if anything, that just kind of gave me the confidence going in there the next year, and I think it showed the first 3 nights. I was confident, and I had a great race car underneath me, and we were able to pick up 3 wins in a row. So if anything, it just gave me more confidence going into the next season, knowing that I can do stuff like that.
Kind of pondering off Connor's question there. What was it like winning the first race at Huset's? I think that was your first 410 race, right?
That was a huge sigh of relief. Happened to be on my birthday, which was cool. It was on Mother's Day. So yeah, it was cool to share that with my mom as well. And it was a huge sigh of relief because I'd been close before, and honestly just kind of stepped on my dick a little bit and gave it away a couple times, and that's how you learn, and it made me better. So it was definitely worth the wait. I remember being mad that night just because I had to start 9th and didn't make the invert, and it kind of just lit a fire underneath my ass to go just try and win the thing. And just kind of gave me confidence going into the rest of the year, knowing that you can win a race. You just got to put a whole night together, and that's what you try and do each and every night. So.
Some drivers, I feel like some drivers think that racing Huset's is kind of a risky thing for tearing up equipment or stuff like that. Do you think there's a benefit side of it? Do you think it makes your decisive skills or, decision making a little bit faster because you race there weekly? Just because sometimes those races can be done in about 4 minutes and goes green and checkered.
Oh yeah. And I will be the first person to tell you, when I first started racing there in my own equipment, I was I was that person. I was scared to race there, to be honest with you, which was stupid. I shouldn't have even done it in the first place. But yeah, you know, like how easy it is to tear up equipment. But once you get past that, it definitely makes you a better race car driver for sure. Just because, like you said, your reaction time, everything happens so quick. Like you don't have hardly any time to make any decisions, and the racetrack is constantly changing. So it definitely makes you think quicker, and I think it has helped me just moving on to other tracks as well. So they definitely have a big spotlight just with it being on Sunday nights and nothing else going on in the country. So everybody's kind of tuned in, which makes it cool for us racers as well. So it's cool to know that you have a lot of people watching it every Sunday night.
Yeah, it was cool to mention you say that, because it's kind of like tuning into Sunday night football, Sunday night baseball. It's just kind of like its own thing on Dirt Vision. There's probably not a race on, and turn on around 9 o'clock or so, you're probably watching the 410 feature at Hughes. It's a good way to end the weekend for sure.
Yeah, especially after a long hot weekend, most people don't really want to go outside. They just kind of want to hang out at home. So it's for people that aren't close to the area, it works out great.
Yeah.
So one thing about Caleb, he's one of the nicest guys in the pits, in all of sprint car racing, all of dirt racing. And I'm trying to stall a little bit here. I just want to make sure my order goes through. So one thing Caleb's doing at shopkjr.com is you're trying to get rid of these shirts, and you put them on a mega sale, and you're selling sweatshirts for $10 and T-shirts for $5. Sometimes as low as $5. If he has your size still, I just bought 2 shirts.
Well,
I
thank you for that.
That went through. I had to make sure I got mine before I plugged it for everyone else to go get. So
yeah,
absolutely. I think that's a really cool thing that it doesn't happen enough in sprint car racing, where we need to get rid of these shirts, but we don't want to sell them for that little. And they just sit in boxes. So to put them on sale like that. And some people think it comes off as desperation. And I guess I'm kind of hinting at that with me suggesting it. I don't think it does. I think it's a badass deal. And I just got 2 shirts for $10. So I'm a happy camper.
Well, thank you for that. Shopkjr.com. Got to give a shout out to my girlfriend once again. We got home from Miami yesterday, and she was in the basement packing like 15 orders. So none of that would be possible without her. And she's definitely helped make the merchandise thing kind of go in a positive direction for us. So
Eric, you want me to go again?
I mean, Jim's got his question.
We were still alternating.
Well, you got Jim's got a question on your screen.
Oh, Jim.
Yeah.
Oh. How was your Chili Bowl experience? Would you race any more midget races in the future?
Absolutely, I would. If anybody would ever put me on their midget, a 6'4" guy doesn't fit in there the greatest. It was a little scrunched, but I tell you what, that was the most fun I have ever had in a race car. I had absolutely no effing clue what I was doing, but it was so fun. I just remember getting off the track after practice, and I hadn't raced anything without a wing since a micro like 13 years ago. So I was just so used to just having a wing on and just throwing a midget in the corner, and I felt like a fish out of water. I just had no idea what to do, but I kind of got the hang of it after a while. We ended up doing okay. I think I made like the F main on Saturday, which isn't bad for your first time ever in a midget. I wish I could have maybe got some more laps prior. Towards the end, I kind of started figuring it out, but those things are a blast to drive, and it just gives you more respect for the people that can transition from a sprint car to a midget. And like Bayston, Pursley, Emerson, those guys they're so good. It definitely takes a lot of talent. So,
Eric, I'm going to step over you again. Sorry.
Go ahead. That's fine.
Well, this flows right into it. We ask every driver this, Caleb.
Yep.
And now I'm gonna say you can't say midget, but aside from a sprint car and now a midget, if you could drive any race car in the world in any race, what would it
be? If my dad is watching, he's going to get a huge smile out of this, but it'd be a Super Dirt late model. Probably, I think the World 100 is sweet. I'd want to try that out once. Eldora is fun in a sprint car. I couldn't imagine a late model, so I think it'd be a blast.
I like it.
In the Midwest, there's been National Sprint Car League. There's been some other stuff kind of popping up here and there, trying to make it more of a Midwest 410 racing series around the area. Do you wish you had something like that now currently racing 410s? Or do you think it's kind of perfect with having the whole Knoxville, Husetson, and a little bit of Jackson in it?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. I think back in the day, it worked out with the NSL just because there wasn't two national series coming into the Midwest, I guess, as much as they are now. Where I think if you were to do that with a Midwest kind of like regional series, say, I think it'd be tough to get the cars on a weekend to weekend basis just because there's so much other stuff going on around here. And purses are only getting better. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just, I think there's too much racing going on for a Midwest series to thrive. I think we've got very good local racing. I think we're just headed in the right direction where kind of it is now. So,
Caleb, one rule about sprint car racing you would change.
This might ruffle some feathers, but I think, and a lot of people have been talking about it lately, but I think no work area would really make sprint car races interesting. Because I mean, just think, like if you get a flat tire, you'd be screwed. So I mean, it would make you conserve, and I think you would see people race a lot differently.
So
I don't hate it. They would lose the. Man, do you ever see teams work for each other in other sports?
I know.
They're helping each other out.
It's cool to see that. Like, don't get me wrong.
I've heard it 670 times. I can see where you'd arrive to. Let's just not have this.
I just think it'd be interesting just to see what it would be without it. Just to see how teams.
No, I completely get it.
So.
Yeah, so you have Caleb's in favor of the high limit 1 minute rule and flat tires only then.
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
It is.
Think about how much those guys are going to help each other out with just 1 minute now.
Yeah, that's true. Even if everybody went to 1 minute, I'd be in favor for that. So,
what's your thoughts on kind of this whole wait till turn 4 to go now? It seems like last year there's a lot of drivers going from 20th to 12th in one corner on restarts. Do you think that's going to kind of stop that, or does it maybe police more a little bit?
I don't know. That's also a good question. Like, I definitely didn't agree with the way they had it before because, I mean, you're right. Like, people would just jump starts, and some people would get called back from it, but 90% of the time you're not getting called back for it. So, I hope it helps. I guess only time will tell. So,
doing my research on you, Caleb.
Oh boy!
It said it listed one of your favorite drivers as Casey Kane. I needed to know if you observed Casey Kane Friday and what you think of Casey Kane Friday.
I did not observe Casey Kane Friday. That was from probably a while back. I still really do like Casey Kane. My favorite driver probably would have been Billy Alley. That's where I got the 22 from, and he was one of those guys when I was like 5 or 6 years old. He always took the time to talk to me, and that's something you never forget as a kid. So definitely did like Casey Kane though. He was my favorite NASCAR driver growing up. So it was cool. Like this year at the High Banks, I passed him for the final transfer spot on Thursday night to make the A main. So just a little stuff like that's cool to kind of look back on.
So what you're saying, Casey Kane has soil on you?
No.
I'm just kidding.
When the first Dennis Gainey posts happened, in the very last section, it said, "You must like purple." Are you the reason behind the purple of race cars then?
I was not.
Okay.
His wife also liked the color purple.
Gotcha.
Heck yeah. Eric, do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
And Caleb, you kind of touched on it, but you're looking at running a combination of Jackson, Husetson, and Knoxville. I was going to ask when your first race of the season may or may not be.
That's a good question. Depending on the weather, maybe Burlington for that 2-day Power Eye show at the beginning of April. If not, it'd just be the Knoxville opener. So, that's kind of what we'd be looking at if I do venture to start my own team, and we'll see what happens.
I had one more that I want to start doing every show, Eric. You tell me scale 1 to 10. Caleb, what is the most unique thing you've ever autographed?
A butt cheek.
Nice. Left or right?
Left.
Do you prefer? Are you lefty or righty? Like handedness.
I'm right-handed. Made me think.
Which side do you prefer? Was it a difficult autograph?
Probably the right.
Okay. I've got to find out better follow-up questions for the what have you autograph.
We could get it. I mean, I'm sure people have done way worse, but that's all I got's a butt cheek, man.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Soft.
That is kind of the answer I'm hoping for most of them anyway.
And it worst part is it was a guy's butt cheek. It wasn't even my girlfriend's butt cheek, so that's no fun. Hopefully she's watching.
That sounds like a lost bet.
Oh,
or
man.
something
Kaleb,
that's requested at like 3 a.m. in the autograph.
Kaleb, do you have anything to say to the fans? Any messages you want out there? Anybody to thank? Really open floor. If you want to list off sponsors for the next 10 minutes, you're good to go. Eric's not pissed at all that he's missing the Illinois game.
That's all right.
I'll make it quick for you, Eric. No, I just want to thank everybody that's kind of reached out to me, whether it's been calls, messages, Facebook, Twitter, anything like that. Just anybody that's reached out to me in support over the last couple of weeks. I just want to say thank you, and thank you guys for having me on tonight as well. And I think good things are hopefully to come. So I do have quite a few people I need to thank that have helped me out. Hefty Brand Seed, Blondie Motorsports, IDSP, Hudson Underground, Construction Products and Consultants, State Bank of Fairmont, the Ron Weber team, Specialized Caulking Sealants, Mike Brudigan Home Loans, GRP Motorsports, LRI, AB Custom Construction, Heartland Properties, HRP Wings, Kaiser Wheels, AL Driveline, Jerry's Auto Sales, Merle Johnson Farm Toys, and then my parents and everybody that supported me. So just want to say thank you. And
girlfriend.
Yeah, you got to thank Sydney Renfro as well. She's been the rock behind me for sure. The last couple of weeks have been tough, but it's good when you can have people that really do support you and want to see you succeed. So just thank you guys again for having me on, and we'll hopefully see you at the racetrack soon.
Hey, real quick, Caleb, inside baseball question. Do you have a poster of your sponsors sitting on the wall behind the laptop, or was that off memory?
I wrote them down on my phone before we did this, just to try and memorize them, and I did not turn my phone on. So I
that's insane. You did that off one time?
Yeah, I mean, most of them have been with me forever. So if I can't remember some of those, I got bigger issues, man. Like I need to figure that shit out.
Fair.
So
I was about to say that was a mid-season race interview of lifting off every sponsor you had there. That was pretty solid.
I didn't see you break eye contact with like straight ahead, and I'm like, there's either a poster on the wall or he's really good at this.
Yeah, I mean, when you do it for a living, you got to memorize the people that make it happen for you. So luckily, I got a photographic memory, so it helps.
So hot seat to the first driver that screws up a sponsor in a victory lane interview.
Yeah, hey, I've done it too, man.
Kaleb, thanks so much for joining us. Eric, you got anything left?
All good. Thanks, Kaleb. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Appreciate it again. We'll see y'all at the track. Enjoy the weekend. We'll be back right here on Tuesday night next week.